Hello, welcome to whatever you want to call this place. Actually, this is my dining room table, but it's my sewing room today. And I have started on the little alphabet quilt. I don't know if you, I don't have a whole lot of it done yet, but I've started making the flying geese that go around some of the blocks, cut the blocks apart. So what am I? I've got to make squares. Let me sew just a little bit. I'll show you. I cut some of the squares the size. This was 3.5 inch, and I've took my pencil and drew a diagonal line across it. And these pieces, I've got a whole stack of these pieces all cut. So I take one of these pieces and one of these pieces, and I lay that piece down, and I sew on that diagonal pencil mark. And then I'll show you what I do next. I'm so unorganized, and what do they and cluttered and messy? And what's that they say about creative people? They don't have messes, they just have more ideas laying around. We'll just say that. Now that piece is sewed on this one, and I could take the rotary cutter, but I'm just gonna take my scissors and cut those little triangles off. And over here I've got my iron. Iron that piece, and now I've got to sew another piece here. So I'm gonna lay that down. What piece do I want? I'm mixing them and matching them because I'm using the layer cake, and it wasn't gonna make every piece the same. So this is gonna be a scrappy looking, but with all the different colors, they're all gonna match up. Now I'm gonna pull that out. I can show you. Now I've got two of them sewed on there. You probably can't tell. I'm going to cut this other one off. I've got this. I'm going to press that. And now this is what they call flying geese. And around each one of my little blocks, will go a flying geese. Pick that up. There's one I fell on the floor. But that's the way that's gonna. But I've got more to make, but it's coming along. And then I'll have to make these pieces. I have to make a bunch of these half square triangles that go in those corners. But I've started it, and I think it's going to be really cute. The other day, Millie was here, and I had the pieces on the wall, and she was taking them off and moving them. I wanted to get a video of it, but her mama don't really want me to put her on YouTube very much. I do every once in a while, but she don't want me to very much. But she was having fun moving these pieces because they just come right off, and she'd carry them around, and then I'd tell her, go put them back on there, Millie, and she would. She'd stick them back on there. This was going to be the baby brother or sister quilt, but I don't know with the ABCs and Millie being a year and a half, the ABC might be for her, and I may have to make another baby quilt for the new baby, something a little different. But we'll see. Anyway, I've still got all these to cut. I've cut a bunch of them, and I'm sewing, but I'm kind of cutting several and then sewing them and then moving on with a few more. Not cutting them all at once. That would probably be the more organized way to do it, but I don't always do things the most organized way. I have to do it Rita's way. But I really am liking the way it's looking. So I'll get off here. I just want to give you a quick update on what I was working on. Y'all have to tell me what you're working on or show me. So anyway, that's my update. I'm going to get back and sew some of these pieces, and then get busy and cut some of these pieces, sew and cut, and I'm going to stick them all up here before I sew them together, because I want to kind of make sure I get the colors all spread out all over the quilt. ABC quilt with somebody in my family. Bye, y'all.